Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. I was on vacation for a few weeks. Don't worry, there will be a vlog very shortly. But for today's video, to kick off my return to the office, I want to do a luxury will I buy it. But on my channel, we add a little French twist. So for collections we say oui. And for collections we don't want, we say non merci. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As you know, I have my online beauty consulting service. This is where you get the chance to talk to me one-on-one through a Zoom chat. So if you have picked up any makeup over the past few months and you can't quite seem to figure out how to make it work, or maybe you're just looking for a fresh set of eyes on your makeup collection and you don't want that sales pressure that's often found in a department store, that is a perfect time to book a session with me online. Just click the link down below. There's a link to my website. On the website, you have the schedule, the Zoom link, the payment, everything is integrated into one. So you really just have to click that link and just follow the steps. All right, I am back at the office. I have my iced coffee. I have my laptop open. I decided to kick off with a will I buy it because I love this series. I love talking about new and upcoming luxury makeup releases, and I know that you at home watching also really love these because there's just so much. Like, I left and I had done one video on the Chanel Spring La Posa collection, and I was like, great, I have just enough time to do this video. And then there have been so many, especially from Chanel. There have been like entire new collections and launches, and just every brand in particular has come out with so much. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So first up here, I am using the Chic Profile official page on Instagram. This is Tavia. She has a Patreon, and also her Instagram is where I'm just pulling all the information here. Now, the first thing we must speak on is the Chanel #1 collection. This came out of the blue for me. I had no idea this was coming out. I think I saw this when I was at the airport terminal. I was like, oh my God, what is this? So it's an entire new Chanel collection, #1. That keeps throwing me off because I keep wanting to say #5. But this is a skincare and makeup collection. I don't have all the details yet. I will get more information later today and pick up some of these items. But this is beautiful. So what I can see off the bat is there are these lip balms. It looks like a tinted lip and cheek balm in a pot. It has a beautiful CC logo on top. And these just look like they could be multi-purpose. Like, you could use it as a lip balm or a cheek stain. I don't know if I would end up using them as both that often. Like, I would maybe try it out as a cheek stain, you know, just for fun, just to see how it works. But I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see how much these actually stain. I've really enjoyed the Camellia Hydra Beauty lip balm, so I don't know if these would be even better or similar. I wonder if these have a scent as well. Then we have the #1 de Chanel skincare line here. This is a revitalizing red camellia cream. Now, what's interesting with this moisturizer here is that this is refillable. If we go back to the first page here, you can see the little pots of refillable cream, which I think is nice. I think personally, this is the first time I've seen Chanel do anything refillable or slightly sustainable. A lot of other brands like Dior and Givenchy and I think YSL and a lot of other brands have been getting into the whole refillable cosmetic thing for a while now. So it's kind of nice that Chanel is slowly getting there, slowly but surely. Then we also have here the revitalizing serum with the red camellia as well, and then L'eau Rouge. Is this a fragrance? Is there a new perfume? The water, like water red. I don't know what that means, but clearly this is all about camellia and red. And interesting, I kind of get a little bit of a younger vibe with this packaging. I think that the packaging looks very clean, looks very crisp. You know, it's very minimalistic, which is, you know, quite Chanel. They're not about like lots and lots of, you know, flowery details on everything. I mean, sometimes like the makeup itself will have like a embossing on it, but the packaging itself looks very clean, very nice. It does remind me of number 5 in a sense, because number 5 is all about just seeing the juice of the fragrance and just being very crisp and clean. So I kind of get this vibe here. Then we also have the number 1. This is the Revitalizing Eye Cream. Again, the Camellia Red. And then we have a new foundation, a Revitalizing Foundation, and then a sort of powder to mousse cleanser. I'm interested if this powder to mousse is an exfoliator, because those exist all over the place. I think Tatcha has one, Amore Pacific has one where it's like a granules and then you add water and it exfoliates. I don't know if this cleanser is just a regular cleanser or if it also exfoliates. And then we have a foundation range. I think the shade range for this is quite inclusive. So I think it's interesting that revitalizing is the key word that I keep seeing here. I'm not seeing hydrating or moisturizing. It's really just revitalizing. So is it just like vivifying, energizing, like a burst of like caffeine and like citrus to the face? I'm interested in a lot of these products here. I wonder if the eye cream is nice. I will try some of the skincare products. I don't know if I'll try everything. I'll see. I mean, I'm very easily persuaded when it comes to Chanel, and so there are a lot of items that I do want. I'm just not certain exactly with what I'll get, like 100%. I know that since I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, 2 weeks makes a huge difference in the YouTube sphere, and so I know a lot of you have already picked up some of these items, and a lot of you said you want my thoughts on it, so I certainly will get most of this collection here. Moving on, we also have a serum mist. Again, the Revitalizing Red Camellia. The serum mist really does interest me. I just like the idea of a mist. I just think it's so nice. It's very luxurious. And then we have another one. It's a Revitalizing Red Camellia lotion. And then we have here just like a refill of the moisturizer. I'm very intrigued. I'm very interested. I do like to try new skincare, but with skincare, there are some things that you can see immediate results, but most of the time you need to try it out for like at least 4 to 6 weeks to see like, you know, real results, especially if it has like claims that it's going to change your skin in any sort of way. But I'm really intrigued by this. I think it's so new, so interesting. To me, this looks like totally out of like left field, like completely. I was blindsided by this collection. Like, wow, so new, so different. Like, it's really just like shaking up the whole like Chanel collections here. So I'm really a huge fan of this. I definitely will pick this up, and let me know if you've picked this up. For me, this is a oui, but let me know in the comments if you've already said oui or if you're saying non merci. Sound off in the comments. Now, moving on to a new collection from Chanel. This is the Comet collection, so the Comet collection. I touched on this on my spring release, so I got one of the Comet lipsticks. So for the past few years, Chanel has been coming out with a new Rouge Allure lipstick logo on the top here. A few years ago, it was a camellia, then it was a lion, and this year it's a star for the Comet collection here. And I picked up the shade 118. However, in the Comet collection, there are also 2 blushes. There's one that looks very light and one that looks like a nice deeper color. I was mistaken. I thought that the lipsticks were only coming to Canada, but the lipsticks and the blushes are available in Canada, but only on the Chanel website. Like, you cannot buy these in store. For some reason, I thought that these would be like an exclusive somewhere in Asia, which sometimes these things do happen. But if you go on the website, unless it's sold out already, you can theoretically purchase these lipsticks and these 2 blushes here. The blushes, like at first the light peachy blush looks nice, but I've seen some swatches that make it look very, very sheer, very light. And the second one, I think, is maybe the color that I would want to get. I'm not certain exactly. The lipsticks that are available, most of them, I think actually all of them are new colors, and There are a couple lighter nudie shades, like the one that I picked up is a neutral nude color, but most of them are dark red. Like this is more of a red lipstick collection. The photos here don't really do them justice because if you look at the photos, it looks like you have more neutrals, but in person, from what I saw, it looked more of a dark red collection with a couple nudes. But I'm really happy that they came out with new colors because as fun as it's been to collect like the lion lipstick and the camellia one, it's nice to see like a new color, not just the same color that I already own, because I'm not going to buy a duplicate of the same lipstick just because it has a new logo on it. The blushes look beautiful. I mean, I'm really glad to see these like super limited extra detailing blushes from Chanel because to me that's what the brand is all about, just being very extra, very luxurious, and just making them look so beautiful you almost don't want to touch them. So for me, this collection is a oui. I don't know if I want to get one of the blushes, which I know sounds very controversial. Maybe I will. I just think at the moment I'm a little bit more swayed with number 1. But this is a peut-être. I mean, I already have one of the Comet lipsticks, so I probably won't get a second lipstick, but maybe I'd get one of the blushes. Let me know what you think. Is it a oui, a non merci? And also feel free to convince me down in the comments below. Okay, moving on to some Dior. Now, I had some people send me some sneak peeks of this a few weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago. Time has lost all meaning, really. So this is the Miss Dior palette, and this is an eye, lip, and face palette, I believe, with a nail polish. This looks exquisite. So I believe it is 3 eyeshadows, a blush, and then a lip color and a nail polish. This palette here looks extremely limited edition, extremely limited in quantity. It looks like a collector's piece. I believe the clutch is metal. Listen, what else can I say? I think you've probably seen a few photos of these like in real life by now, but this is not something that's going to be everywhere. Like, I don't think this is coming to Canada because the Dior website does not allow Canadian shopping, which I think is so rude. I would love to shop on the Dior website, but for some reason, it just doesn't work for Canada. I think it looks gorgeous, super ultra feminine, ultra girly, beautiful. The nail polish looks beautiful. It looks like a sparkly, glittery silver with like a hint of like pink and purple. I mean, I love all of that. And then we have 2, I believe, new eyeshadow palettes. One is Poplin and one is Organza. These look lovely. And do you know what's funny? I'm actually more interested in the light pink one. I just think it looks very fresh, light, spring. Just both of these look beautiful. I believe these are available on the Dior website. So if you are able to shop the Dior website, go ahead, fill your cart, enjoy. Life is too short. Enjoy the makeup. It looks beautiful. I like the aesthetic of just like light florals. Yes, florals for spring. How groundbreaking. But you know what? When something works, just keep going with it. I, for one, will forever be grateful to no longer be seeing dark red eyeshadow for every season and every collection. So I'm very happy with this here. I think it looks beautiful. This is a theoretical oui for me because I don't think I'll be able to have access to this. Maybe if I try to shop through Harrods or Selfridges, I could get it shipped to me, or I could use maybe Tavia's like shipping service, but I don't know. Like, it looks really beautiful. There's a lot of like Dior collections and releases that I want that just don't come to me for some reason. Rude. I will keep saying that, but this is a theoretical oui for me. Let me know in the comments if you've picked this up because, as I've said, I've been gone for 2 weeks and that's like 2 years in the YouTube world. So let us know if you've picked up these beautiful Dior spring collections. Okay, moving on to something new from Chantecaille. This is the Giraffe collection. How beautiful. This looks very similar to a lot of the spring releases we've seen for the past few years. I appreciate that they keep their collections very concise. Like, you don't have 40 new items to try to get or figure out what you want. So we have one eyeshadow palette here. There is a matte doe brown, a white chrome pearl, a shimmering copper bronze, and a pewter chrome pearl. I love a chrome. I love a metallic finish. The palette looks beautiful. I like seeing a little bit more of the neutral, like matte, like that matte dough brown. I think looks very beautiful. This palette looks very, very enticing to me. And then we have new lip cheeks. I have a lot of the lip cheeks. They're a really nice, very buttery, creamy lipstick formula. So we have Jasmine, which is a neutral, soft peach, Freesia, which is a flattering beige rose, and Willow, a sophisticated cool pink. I also really like the packaging. Like obviously you have the giraffe animal, but I like just the slightly neutral hues of the lipstick tubes here. I just think it looks really nice. It's very classic. It's very Chantecaille. Like you know exactly this is Chantecaille when you see it. This is their spring collection. So I think this will be launching in a few weeks in February, which is very soon, in a few weeks. I believe you can get on the waiting list or do a pre-order on the site, but this will be coming out in the very near future. And then I saw it recently, I had no idea, but I know that Angela Van Rose talked about this a couple days ago. Apparently, Chantecaille sold to a German company named Beiersdorf. I had no idea that this happened. So apparently this happened in late December, right before Christmas, before New Year. So December 21st, 2021, Beiersdorf announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Chantecaille Beauté Inc. So Chantecaille will continue to be managed separately as a complementary selective brand, part of the Beiersdorf group, next to La Prairie. So I believe the Beiersdorf group also owns La Prairie. Makes sense. And the completion of the transaction should be happening in the first quarter of 2022, so in the next few months. I mean, I had no idea that this happened. I guess this sort of thing does happen. Chantecaille always felt like a different brand because I was able to have like lots of direct communication with people at the company, which is very different like from my experience as a very small creator. Honestly, good for them. Good for Sylvie Chantecaille. I mean, she started her brand in 1997. I know she worked for other companies before then, but I mean, if you can make something that you can sell at like $100 million or whatever it is, like that is pretty nice. If I was able to do that in any sort of way and sell my company, I would retire to Barbados immediately, just letting you know. So I guess some people want to know like how this will affect the brand, but I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I guess if they already own La Prairie, like I think that's a brand that's known for like very high quality. So hopefully the same level of quality and commitment and like open communication for me as a client, but also influencer, because I have this like interesting dynamic where like I do purchase a lot of Chantecaille, but I also do get some items sent to me for free. So it's nice being able to give feedback on products, especially what I want to see in the future, what I like, what I don't like. So let's hope that this just makes everything better. I hope that, because I know some people have, depending on where they live, they have issues acquiring Chantecaille because it has been a smaller company compared to like other ones. So maybe this will make distribution easier. Maybe if this Beiersdorf company seems to be much bigger than Chantecaille, maybe they can have like easier distribution through different shopping centers and retailers. So yeah, good for them. We'll see what happens. Okay, moving on to some Guerlain. I have the most beautiful perfume bottle to show you. This is the Guerlain Cherry Blossom Eau de Toilette. This is going to launch in February in 125 and 30 milliliter spray. A fragrance scented with cherry blossoms and a design bottle inspired by night cherry blossoms and adorned with a delicate beaded flower pillars with a bottleneck that is accompanied with a black ribbon to express Japan's beautiful night cherry blossoms. This looks like a work of art. This looks like it belongs in a museum. This just looks so gorgeous. I did a whole beauty history episodes on Guerlain, the history of Guerlain and the perfume house, and why we see certain designs on their perfume bottles. And it just gives me a certain level or like a next level appreciation for these bottles and the whole perfume house itself, because Guerlain is first and foremost a perfume house. It does skincare and makeup afterwards, but it's a perfume house. This looks gorgeous. It gives me cherry blossoms and also just the gold petals on here. I just think it looks so beautiful. Like, this looks like a work of art. It looks gorgeous. This, what else can I say? It's gorgeous. This is a oui for me. Obviously, I'll have to try it in person because blind buying a fragrance is risky, but I'm gonna say oui, like a theoretical oui. Definitely a oui on aesthetics, on appreciation. Will I actually purchase this? Time will tell, but 10 out of 10 when it comes to design execution here. All right, moving on to some makeup here from Guerlain. This is the Parure Gold Cushion Foundation with SPF 40. It will be available for pre-sale mid-February, and then the sale will start on March 1st. So the Parure Gold foundation already exists, but now we're going to see this foundation evolved into a cushion compact with an SPF of 40. It's going to have a luxurious formula containing 24 karat gold and a smooth texture. It's going to give a bright, shiny, and youthful look. Okay, so I'm not really seeing mattifying if I'm seeing bright, shiny, and youthful. Unfortunately, I think this might only be an Asian exclusive. There are only going to be 4 shades available. That is not it. So 2 cool tones and 2 neutral tones. I don't know if this will be international. I think it's going to be an Asia exclusive only. And I mean, there's only 4 shades to choose from. But whenever they say like Asia only exclusive and then they like justify it by saying, oh, well, there's only 4 shades. I'm like, you know, like India and Pakistan and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka are considered part of Asia. And I don't think many people there would be represented with 4 shades. I'm just saying. So this is a huge non merci for me. I mean, it's not available. It's not available to me in so many ways. It's not available to me geographically, but also shade range wise. It's a non merci. I think the compact looks beautiful. It's a beautiful shiny gold case, but non merci for me. I, for one, cannot wait to see what Violette FR will bring to Guerlain. I want to see color. I want to see just expressions of color for eyeshadow and lips. I know Guerlain, like I said, is first and foremost a fragrance house. So hopefully Violette FR can bring a little bit of that like effortlessly chic Parisian flair to the makeup line too. Okay, moving on to some Hermès, which is what I'm wearing on my lips. I'm wearing the Rouge Casaque satin lip color here. So this is going to be their spring release, and this looks gorgeous. It looks like a flower garden, which makes sense because it was inspired by a painter's garden. So just the color blocking on the tubes. At first, I didn't really get the color blocking. I was like, it's okay. But now I'm like, okay, I love it. I love the bursts of color and it's just fun. So we have Rose Nefea, Orange Capucine, and Beige Doré. All 3 of these are really lovely, but I think these are all limited edition. I want to get more Hermès lipsticks, but I don't want to get ones that are limited edition. I just want to get ones that are part of the permanent collection. I mean, these all look lovely, but I don't like falling in love with a lipstick that I can't repurchase, or if I wear a limited edition product from like 5 years ago on my channel and people ask me what it is, I'm like, sorry, you had to be there. So I mean, I think that this looks gorgeous. I love the colors. I love the green with the flower colors, you know, like the orange and the red and the purple. That gives me like, you know, a beautiful garden vibe. And so aesthetically, it's a oui, but will I actually pick these up? No merci. Like if I buy more Hermès lipsticks, they're going to be permanent collection. Just letting you know. Okay, moving on to some Tom Ford. Okay, now Tom Ford to me is a brand that I really like for makeup, but I get confused with a lot of their makeup releases because a lot of them are re-promotions and a lot of them look like re-promotions. But this here is, I think, new. It's the new Tom Ford number 37 Smoky Quartz palette. Also, allegedly, we will also see 2 new eyeshadow quads very soon. And I'm saying new, like new colors. So that's exciting. So Smoky Rose Quartz. I think it looks beautiful. Is it just me, or have we seen a lot of like rose inspired colors from Tom Ford? Like, I like Tom Ford, but I feel like a lot of this looks reminiscent of something. It could just be that they are following a lot of trends, but it reminds me a lot of like Charlotte Tilbury colors. I could be wrong. All three of these models look gorgeous, and they all seem to have different makeup looks. Like some of the different colors just pop on them. It could just be because of their skin tones, but it looks like a beautiful palette. Will I get this one? I don't know. I mean, if I saw it in person, I might be persuaded, but I think it's a no merci for me. I definitely want to get more Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes that are permanent, not just limited for a few weeks, but I need to be, you know, pulled in more, a bit wowed. So maybe I'll go to a counter and like see what they have, because the Tom Ford palettes that I do have are all amazing. Suspicion is one of my all-time favorite palettes, and I have a new one here that I'll show with you guys later. But I think this will be a no merci for me. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is Tom Ford here, and this to me is so confusing. I swear I have seen this a million times before. So this is the Bitter Peach collection, Bitter Peach capsule. So Tom Ford new capsule collection, which includes Belle de Pêche eye color, which will be launching in January. So this is not only a new eyeshadow palette, but also a new formula. And I was so confused because I thought that this was the Suspicion eyeshadow palette, just reformulated, you know, or not reformulated, but like with a new case, which Tom Ford does often. But apparently this is not Suspicion. It's the orange packaging, but it's a completely different eyeshadow quad called Belle de Pêche. Bitter Peach exists in Tom Ford. It has for a while, so we're just going to see like a re-promotion of the scent. People, like brands do this when they have like a new collection. They'll just like re-promote like a mascara or whatever to go with the theme. So we're going to see also a cushion foundation. I don't know if this has existed already, I'm sorry, but you're going to have a peachy compact to choose from. And there's also a lipstick in this collection here. Again, I don't have information on the lipstick, but the lipstick will have the same peachy case, peachy vibe. And if you like the Bitter Peach fragrance, there's also like, looks like a travel size fragrance too. I tried Bitter Peach. I think I liked it. I didn't love it. I mean, I liked it enough to wear it, but not enough to buy it full size. I'm intrigued because I was convinced that this palette was Suspicion. I mean, it looks like Suspicion, but Tavia is saying it's a different one. So it's going to be the same wet, dry formula, but it's going to be a slightly different formulation and a different eyeshadow quad. I cannot wait to see this. Because when I first saw this, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. A new Tom Ford collection with just like the same colors and the same formula, but like a different case. But here, we're actually going to see something new. So, time will tell. But I am on the hunt for more Tom Ford eyeshadows. Will this be the one? Time will tell. This is a peut-être. Okay, and last but not least, we have something new here from Sisley. This is going to be the Sisley Spring 2022 launch. We have the Phyto Rouge Shine lipsticks, and there's going to be 12 shades, and the Phyto Cushion Foundation SPF 50 in 5 colors, launching on January 1st in Japan. So this is already available in Japan. Let's see if it comes to the rest of the world. I mean, 5 colors, my goodness. Let's talk about the lipsticks. The Phyto Rouge Shine. I love anything that has like the word shine in it because it's a little bit glossy, a little bit more moisturizing. These tend to not be like, you know, a liquid lipstick. They do fade away a little bit faster, but you can just reapply them and they're very comfortable to wear. The colors all look really beautiful. They look like a lot of reds and berry shades, but maybe depending on how opaque they are, maybe it's a bit more of a sheer color. And I have to say, the tubes to me look so beautiful. The gold with the white tiger stripes here, I think looks really magnificent, really beautiful. So maybe I could be tempted to try one of these beautiful lipsticks here. They're really nice. And I believe these are going to be refillable as well. So that's great. I love to see that sort of, you know, refillable packaging with luxury makeup, because refillable and luxury makeup does not have to be at odds with each other. So I like that a lot. And then we have the Cushion Foundation. The thing is, I think the cushion, like the compact itself, looks nice. I think it looks really elegant, really sleek, just like a silver case with the S on it. It's like, if you know what it is, then you know what it is, but it doesn't scream, this is Sisley makeup. It's just very like discreet. I love that. But if they only have 5 colors to choose from, guess what? That's not that great. And honestly, if it's 5 colors, they tend to run very, very light and very fair. And I tend to be like the darkest color available when that happens, which is insane. So if they come out with like a lot more colors, I would give this a try, but it's gonna be a no merci. Maybe the lipsticks, peut-être, on the lipsticks, but the foundation, no merci. Okay, I think that is it for my first luxury will I buy it, oui or no merci of 2022. Welcome back. Thank you for waiting for me while I went on vacation. It was amazing. I will definitely talk about that more in like a get ready with me, do a vlog, all of that. I can't believe how fast time is flying. I need to get a new episode of Beauty History ready. I need to do some reading and some research and some typing and all of that wonderful stuff. So if you're new to my channel, or if you've been watching me for some time but haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Leave a comment, that always helps me out. Like the video, and make sure you're subscribed because all of those things really help me out on my channel. It sort of like stimulates the algorithm, and then YouTube will send more people my way, and that just helps me out a whole lot. I am very happy to be back and to be kicking things off with a Will I Buy It, because the Will I Buy It videos are some of my favorites to do because it's just so much fun. I mean, it's just like I'm sitting here with a girlfriend and just like having some coffee and talking about like, oh my goodness, did you see this compact? Did you see this lipstick? Oh my God. That's what I feel like I'm doing. So thank you for joining me with these videos because I have a lot of fun. Anyway, I think this is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.